Hey everyone, it's Megan Elizabeth with AboveRubyStudio.com. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Tuesday tutorial. I am super excited. There is so much going on right now. National Scrapbook Month is coming up super fast. It's May 4th, and I'm going to be having a live Ustream event, and we're having a sale on so many of the things at the AboveRubyStudio.com store, including the nesting dies bundle. You get 3 sets of nesting dies, and they're pink. They're awesome. I'm so excited about these. You get all around frame it and scalloped, the scalloped square. 5 dies come in each set. You're gonna have so much fun with them. You can use them with the Cuttlebug, you can use them with your e-bosser. Any manual die cutting machine will work for these dies. You just have to sandwich properly. And I have a video, maybe I'll link it in this somewhere, so that you can see how to sandwich for these dies. So much fun to use. I was going to use them today. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing yet. So I was kind of messing around. I'm going to be using the Enjoy the Moment stamp set that I did with Tanner Bell. I'm also going to be using the ink edgers, which are a great bundle deal right now. Again, it starts now for April 15th is when it starts, and it ends May 4th. So don't miss out on the sale. It's perfect time to stock up, perfect time to save, and we're going to create a really fun let the glitter dry, be still, let the glitter dry kind of card. And I thought it would be a lot of fun to use some glittery holographic embossing powder and show you how to emboss using the Megan Elizabeth ink edgers, because these are a super juicy pigment ink, so you're able to use your embossing powders and all kinds of other fun things with these as well. You don't just have to ink edges. So I'm using Limelight, Bachelorette, and Lush. I'm using some white cardstock, and I also have a sheet of POW glitter paper that I found in my stash, and I just cut it down to size, kind of off camera. And we're gonna just put this together and kind of see what happens. I have an idea in my head, and I'm hoping it's gonna all come together for me, but you never know. All right, we're gonna score this at in half at 5.5. This is 11 inches, so we're going to do 5.5 score. Get a nice tight crease in there. I want to put this down. I just cut it a 1/4 inch smaller. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And then I was thinking I was gonna put this on top, and I might need to make this a little bit smaller yet and kind of work this all out. But this should be just fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of my, ooh, what happened there? Okay, a little bit of my glue glider to place down my POW glitter paper right on top of my card here, my card base. This is gonna go just awesome. I can tell now. We're gonna have to cut this down a little bit, and I'm gonna do that actually before we even attempt to start stamping on this card and doing a little bit of heat embossing and inking. I don't want it to be too big. And you can see I did put a hole in my table. I'm so sad about putting a hole in my table. I got a little carried away with my metal stamping the other night. I'm sure my neighbors were thrilled. Okay, so what I want to do is take the Lush, and I'm going to go around the outer edge. That's what ink edgers were really made for, is to do edging of your cardstock and, you know, do those fun different looks that get rid of that white core. So I'm doing that. I'm going to start there, because I thought the Lush looked really cool with the really neat green and of this POW glitter paper. And I'm just going to tie everything kind of together. And I'm getting it pretty good and juicy. You can kind of just swipe it, brush it. You can be as particular as you want. Drop it if you want. Let's see. Get this on here. All right, now I keep my embossing powders in like a little Tupperware container with a spoon. This is the Ranger embossing powder, the holographic. It's so neat. It's very glittery. I've had this forever. This was the very first embossing powder I ever purchased. And we're gonna kind of go a little bit crazy. I'm gonna get it on here while it's all still wet and fresh, and just kind of pile it on. And then we're going to melt this in. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool already. All right, we're gonna melt this in to start. So you can really see, like, it just gives a nice little glittery clear edge to the whole thing, and then it's just gonna look awesome right on top of the POW glitter paper. I love POW so much. Amazing stuff. Okay, so I actually have a background stamp, a Chevron background stamp from Recollections, which is Michael's brand, I think. Yeah, Michael's brand. We're going to stamp on this. It's almost perfectly to size, which I didn't do on purpose, but it works. So we're going to use the Bachelorette Pink. No, we're going to use Limelight. Use Limelight, and I'm going to really ink this up. Like crazy, because we're going to heat emboss this as well. Okay, now we're going to place this on here as carefully as possible and then press down. You could use a brayer, which I would use if I knew where mine was. Right at this moment, I'm not entirely sure. So just make sure you get a good firm press on there. Brayer really would be the best thing. We're just going to press it all the way down. All right, peel that back. Look how cool that chevron looks on there. Now this is going to heat emboss just so cool. Now remember, it is clear. You're just going to see a little bit of that holographic glitter come through. It's going to cling right to where that ink is. Just get it good and covered. Knock off all that excess. Oh my gosh, look how cool that looks already. I'm so excited about this. Now I'm going to stamp on top of this and hope it works. If not, we might have to do an extra tag. Make sure you get it good and melted so it's really set, three-dimensional, glittery, exactly how it's supposed to be. You can kind of see it magically change colors as you go. It gets kind of like a wet look to it. Really clears up. It raises a little bit. Now it's going to go on here like this. I almost feel like I want to touch that up a little bit. I think it'll be alright. I think it'll be okay. Alright, now we're going to grab my stamp block and the Be Still and Let the Glitter Dry stamp from the Enjoying the Moments stamp set that I did with Tanner. And I'm using my Close to My Heart block. And I've become a firm believer in better quality acrylic blocks. I didn't think it used to matter. I thought you could kind of use any kind of acrylic block, but I've started realizing more and more the difference. Now one thing you want to note when you're using the ink edgers and you're using them for stamping, you're going to want to touch the ink to the stamp, not smush the stamp into the ink, because this is so super juicy, you're going to lose all the detail and it's going to create a hot mess if you don't just dab it on there and go gentle and slow and coat it back and forth a few times. So this is Bachelorette Pink. We're going to stamp it right on here. And we are going to use more embossing powder. Now where some of that embossing powder already is, you can see it kind of smeared a little tiny bit. I'm hoping that once we put this on, it's going to pop it back to life. I think we'll be okay, but it'll be readable. All right, we're going to seal this up, blow it all off. That is awesome. That works perfect. All right, we're going to zoom you guys in a little bit here. That works great. Okay, I'm going to just use a little bit of glue glider down the side. Because of the, I'm using a lot more just because of the heat embossing, it kind of warps the paper a little bit, and I'm sticking it to the POW glitter paper, so I'm using a little extra adhesive. Probably more than necessary, but, you know, better safe than sorry. Sometimes. I'm going to grab my We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch round. And if I can, I'm going to lift up the corners of these just a little bit. I can. I'm going to round the POW glitter paper. Let's hope. Let's hope I can. Because I used some pretty strong glue glider on there. We're going to use the 1/4" round. Oh, that'll work perfect. There we go. I should have done this first, so. But, you know, sometimes you make mistakes. I don't always edit them out. Real mistakes happen in crafting, right? So I should have done that first, but I didn't. Nothing a little bit of extra adhesive can't fix. That really did end up working out perfectly, that I didn't have to do anything else to it. Okay, so that is going to be our card for today's Tuesday tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to always be still, let the glitter dry, don't chase shiny squirrels. This has been my thing recently. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Enjoy the moments, and I'll see you guys again soon. Don't forget to check out that sale. It is going on until May 4th, and mark your calendars because 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, National Scrapbooking Day, we will be having some fun videos, some challenges, and some other great things. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.